Alright guys, welcome back for another Dokkan Battle video, and today I'm going to be discussing, of course, the new V-Jump scans that have just come out, basically confirming that we are going to be getting a DokkanFest Pikuhan, and obviously a DokkanFest transforming Janemba. Again, I don't necessarily want to talk about the units, I'm going to rather talk about the implications of what this means, because again, they made Pikuhan a dual DokkanFest, and again, Pikuhan has, well, I shouldn't say very little screen time, but basically what he does in his fight against Janemba is little to almost nothing because he lasts like 50 seconds, then Janemba just whoops his ass, and then Gogeta comes out defeating, Janemba. So basically what I wanted to talk about is because they made him a dual DokkanFest, I think this is a very good step from Dokkan, because again, all I've ever seen people is just complain and complain and complain, like, oh, why they make Janemba it? Why didn't they make, Gogeta, instead the actual unit? They should have made, Pikuhan a banner unit. But what I like about what they did here is, again, this basically tells us they are willing to make units that we before didn't think could be dual DokkanFest or just DokkanFest in general, like Pikuhan, into DokkanFests. Now that is super big, because again, Pikuhan, actually no, that's Janemba. Pikuhan, if we go over here to the Dokkan Wiki, has very bad cards. Again, this is obviously one of them. This is Tech Pikuhan, there's Int Pikuhan, but basically they're all really bad. Just looking at it, Tech STR, 3 key, 30% to stats, 3 key, 7,000 attack, 3,000 defense. Yeah, like, Pikuhan just does not have good cards. And with this DokkanFest Pikuhan, obviously, they're going to make him probably super busted, because again, many people are probably not going to want to summon for him, because again, he's Pikuhan. And that's just super good. Again, that's the super buff to, the Otherworld Warriors who needs it, Saviors, Worthy Rivals, this Pikuhan is not going to be bad. Now, obviously, again, I don't have to say much about Janemba. Janemba, of course, obviously deserved a DokkanFest. In fact, I personally thought they should have made him a dual DokkanFest LR, personally for me. But again, Janemba, it's really good. Hopefully, again, I know this is very unpopular, but I hope they give him a small shitty category. And I know that sounds weird, but again, he's only on movie bosses and transformation boosts. Like, they have to give Janemba something else. He just can't be limited to 2 teams. Well, I mean, technically 3 teams, because he's got Extreme Int, but, who's going to run, Extreme Int? And, again, these Janemba units are very good, because, again, their link sets are really good, like Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, Nightmare, Brutal Beatdown, Metamorphosis. They've got good links, which makes them super good, but, again, he needs more categories. So, again, hopefully, if both of them, if Pikuhan introduces a category that Janemba fits on, I think that'll be really good. And if obviously Janemba introduces a new category that he fits on, I think that's going to be very nice. So yeah, that's basically what I have to say about these two. Again, Pikuhan, again, in my opinion, is a really good sign. Again, they're willing to make new DokkanFest units out of units that I personally thought Pikuhan would never get one. Because again, especially from his fight with Janemba, because like I said before, he lasts like 50 seconds against Janemba, while Goku and Vegeta are trying to do the fusion correctly. And then again, just other little things we can go over. The legendary campaign for Krillin is coming out, so if you have not done Krillin, go get him done over here on Global. You still have time, because again, this is gonna come, I don't know, actually, they could, I mean, who knows, like, this Krillin legendary campaign could come sooner than we thought. But again, I wouldn't risk it. Get this Krillin done. I mean, that Krillin unit is very good. We're going to be getting a new Prime Battle LR in the form of this Boo and Bobbity. Again, mildly, asking or thing that I really want from them is for them to be Extreme Tech. That's all I can say, because again, Extreme Tech is very limited, and for free-to-play players, Extreme Tech is obviously one of their weaker teams. So, making another Prime Battle LR Extreme Tech wouldn't be a bad idea. So, now, back to the main point of Pikuhan. So, again, Pikuhan, small character, they made him a DokkanFest. Now, like I've said millions of times before, already in this video, what does this mean? Now, to me, this screams we can finally get DokkanFest units for these 4 characters. Now, these 4 characters are by no means I'm putting on as like the top 4 units that, should get DokkanFest. Not by any means. these are 4 good examples of units, not exactly like Pikuhan, because again, most these units are actually, I would be considered much more relevant than Pikuhan, but have not received DokkanFest, and because of what Pikuhan got, means that Dokkan, might be willing in the future to give them DokkanFests. So the first unit we have is Captain Ginyu or Ginyu Goku. Again, this Ginyu Goku could either be a standalone DokkanFest unit, or they can make Ginyu Goku active skill. He swaps bodies with Goku, which again, with the animations nowadays, would look super, super good. And then he would then transform into Ginyu Goku. Now, the reason I am bringing up Ginyu Goku is because, again, Planet Namek Saga. And the Planet Namek Saga currently right now is not very good. Not by any means. Again, there are decent units on there, don't get me wrong, like LR Full Power Frieza, Namek Goku who transforms into Super Saiyan. They have good units on there, but they need a lot more to really be a powerful, dominant team. And I think with this Ginyu Goku, it's going to be very, very good. Because again, look at the categories that this Ginyu Goku is on. Planet Namek Saga, like I said before. Ginyu Force, who would absolutely get a buff from getting a DokkanFest Ginyu Goku. Dragon Ball Seekers would be an amazing buff to it. Special Pose. And, Space Traveling Warriors doesn't need it, but, again, why not? And then Terrifying Conquerors, again, another buff to make that team super, super good. But again, he's going to be buffing 4 category teams that absolutely need it. Namek Saga, Ginyu Force, Dragon Ball Seekers, and Special Pose. Again, all of these categories are, they're decent categories except for Special Pose. Special Pose is kind of ass, but, what can you do? But again, with his introduction in it, he's adding more power to it, and he's making it a lot better. And who knows, they can make him a support type unit for Special Pose. They can make him, cooler, except he maybe buffs Ginyu Force and Special Pose, Or make him a Planet Namek Saga Extreme Class support. There are a lot of things that they could do with him, and I think because Pikuhan got a DokkanFest, this Ginyu Goku, or just a regular Ginyu who then active skills into Ginyu Goku, could get a DokkanFest later on. Next up, we have Max Power Master Roshi. Now, of course, this Master Roshi is from the Baba Shop, but again, I think we could get a DokkanFest Master Roshi from the Tournament of Power, or from original Dragon Ball, because I believe in the Red Ribbon Army Saga, I don't remember if this is a movie or not, but Master Roshi does go full power, and then he does shoot a Kamehameha at the boats of the Red Ribbon Army. So again, Pikuhan, again, is not as a relevant character as Master Roshi. Master Roshi's been around since the original series. He's a very beloved character in Japan, and it was shown when, I believe in Dragon Ball Super, when he fights this universe, I want to say 2 or 4 or 3. It's a warrior from the universe that the Rat God of Destruction is in. That guy that has beef with Beerus. I totally forgot his name, but I believe the fighter was Genos, this little bird-looking kid who then transforms and then fights Master Roshi, and then Master Roshi defeats him, by going full power using the Kamehameha. That was actually one of the highest rated episodes over there on Japan, because again, Japan really loves Master Roshi. And again, Pikuhan got a DokkanFest. Master Roshi should absolutely get a DokkanFest. He's a very big part of the series, and again, because he's so popular, and they could, make that Master Roshi full power exactly from that moment in the in Dragon Ball Super, he would sell really, really well. And I really do think that people would summon for Master Roshi. Again, because they can make an active skill, and then, actually, no, instead of making him an active skill transformation, make him, he transforms on turn 4, and then he has an active skill where, he's doing the Kamehameha, and then he says, listen up, boys, always remember your training, remember the Turtle Skull way, eat well, sleep well, and then, he just then finishes the line and then does the Kamehameha. I think that would be super, super cool. And again, there are a lot of things that they could do with Master Roshi, because again, I think personally it's super dumb that they have not released a DokkanFest Master Roshi, or just a really strong, dominant Master Roshi card. Next unit is Zarbon. Now, again, Zarbon is going to be helping a lot of teams, as many people would see. Namek Saga, Dragon Ball Seekers, and if we go back here, again, that's just base Zarbon. there are two options. Again, they could do a DokkanFest transforming Zarbon, or they could do a standalone Super Zarbon. Now, if the Dokkan Wiki would please load. Okay, so here we go. We're picking on Super Zarbon right here. Because again, Super Zarbon has a little bit more categories, so I think a DokkanFest Super Zarbon would be a little bit better. Here we go. Alright, so Super Zarbon is going to be on Namek Saga. Final Trump Card, again, that's a pretty interesting team that, you could begin to make, an extreme class kind of build. Maybe make this DokkanFest Zarbon the leader of Final Trump Card. Dragon Ball Seekers, again, good buff to them. Terrifying Conquerors, and then obviously Transformation Boosts and Space Traveling Warriors. They don't need the help, but again, more to that category is not bad. So, like I said before, either a base Zarbon that transforms into Super Zarbon or active skill, or just make him a regular Zarbon. Again, I believe Zarbon or Dodoria, or they can make him a dual card, Zarbon and Dodoria. Both of those units from the Planet Namek Saga. I'm surprised don't have TURs at this point. Because again, they were actually, I wouldn't say that they were like super main roles during that entire saga, but again, they were characters in that saga. And again, they should have a category and a DokkanFest, or maybe even a Dokkan event in Dokkan. I personally think it's dumb that they don't have it yet. And again, they can make this Zarbon the leader of the Frieza's army. There you go. And boom, a new category that is badly needed in Dokkan. Frieza's army. Because again, they don't have that as a category, and I think it's super dumb. Instead of introducing small shitty categories, introduce categories that actually have relevance, like Frieza's army. Again, make this Zarbon the 120%, no, not 120%, but maybe 150% leader in 4 key, and then release, a Dodoria that maybe is a 130% lead and 170 to HP and attack, and then make a Frieza who's then the 170% leader across the board, Those are ways that they could buff maybe the Frieza army category, or they can make him the final trump card 150%, 4 key, or 130% 4 key. There's a lot of things that they could do with it. And again, I would say Zarbon, I believe, does a little bit more than Pikuhan, or Pikuhan. So yeah, again, those are some of my examples. And the last unit I kind of want to talk about is Tien. Now, specifically this Tien. Now, this Tien, he's from the 23rd World Tournament. He's from the original Dragon Ball. Now, I really want to see more original Dragon Ball Saga units in Dokkan. It's so stupid that they don't release more of these guys. And again, going back to my same argument, Pikuhan. Freaking Pikuhan gets a DokkanFest. He's a movie character. Why don't we have characters from the original Dragon Ball Saga? Dragon Ball is what started Dragon Ball. I know that's a really weird way of putting it, but it's true. Dragon Ball is what started this whole series. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super. Without Dragon Ball, just without the original Dragon Ball Saga, there would not be any of this. So, put some respect on the Dragon Ball Saga's name and give us a dual DokkanFest Tien and Goku from the original Dragon Ball Saga. Again, they can make it a Kid Goku. And then later on, they could give us from Dragon Ball, I believe it is, I think it's still just regular Dragon Ball. Because again, I have not seen Dragon Ball, if I'm going to be honest. But again, I do know a fair bit amount about it. Again, give us Ma Jr., a Goku. Give us units from original Dragon Ball. Who else? They could give us... Actually, let me search it up right here. Let's search up some Dragon Ball Saga units that they could put in. Oh, here's a good representation right here. Give us a Jackie Chun. Give us a new Jackie Chun. Give us a Yaojirobe. I hope I said his name right. Give us a new Launch. Give us a new Kid Goku. Give us a new Yamcha. Give us a new Chaozu. Like again, Chaozu doesn't even have a UR in Ultra Rare in the game. Like, give us some good units. Or even this category right here. Give us a General Blue, Invisible Man, Ox King, Devil Man. There's a lot of units from the original Dragon Ball Saga that they could give us. Kid Chi-Chi, a better version of Kid Chi-Chi, a new Kami, a new Kid Bulma, or even give us an adult Bulma. Because again, the only adult Bulma we have, actually, I don't even think she has a SSR, that adult Bulma that we have in game. You know, I believe his name is Tao Pai Pai. I believe that's his name. Again, I haven't seen original Dragon Ball, but again, there are a lot of units that they could give us from the Dragon Ball saga. You know, there's still a lot that they could do. You know, even give us Officer Black. You know, why not? You know, give homage to the original series. And they could easily do that through giving us a dual DokkanFest Tien and a Kid Goku. And then they could throw in some banner units in there. They could go and throw in that, I believe it is that person who fights, I believe it is Junior. Kami, spiritually, I believe, embodies someone and fights in the tournament as well. They could make us a card of that as a banner unit. They could make us another, you know, launch as a banner unit. You know, there are a lot of combinations that they could do. And again, because of what they did with Pikuhan and making him a DokkanFest, I believe this is going to be a really great way for them to just start leaning in and start giving us more of these units, giving us more Dragon Ball Saga units, giving us you know, DokkanFest version of units that we once thought would never be able to get them. You know, they could even give us a DokkanFest Krillin at one point, because again, Krillin is a really big character in the story. You know, if Pikuhan can get one, why can't Krillin? You know, why can't Tien? Why can't any of the Z fighters get one? You know, they're very big parts of the story. So again, that is going to do for today's video. That was my little rant. Again, I think this is an amazing thing that they're doing, making a dual DokkanFest that's not Saiyans. Not Saiyans for a change, and instead giving us something new and something unique. You know, maybe it's not what people wanted, but again, it's new, it's unique, and it's something that we can expect from them in the future. And again, all these units do deserve them. For sure, Ginyu Goku for sure deserves it. Master Roshi deserves it. Zarbon, Dodoria, all those other units really do deserve it. And then, you know, obviously more Dragon Ball Saga units is something I will always advocate for, because without the original series, we wouldn't be here today. So anyways, guys, that is going to do for today's video. You guys can comment down below what other units you guys think should get dual DokkanFest or just DokkanFest in general. And I'll see you guys next time.